Report: Biden will not be replaced before November due to logistical nightmare. So we're gonna find out more about this. We're gonna look at this take, see how it is a logistical nightmare. I haven't really gone over this article yet, so I'll be learning as we read this together. So we're gonna talk a little bit about it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. All right, so let's talk about this news. Now, this comes from Slay News's Nick R. Hamilton, and this is my second report of the day from Slay News. You know, I think they do wonderful, wonderful work. Nick reports that a new report has asserted that President Joe Biden will not be replaced by the Democrats on the ticket for the November election due to the numerous barriers that would prevent such a move. It's not a surprise that many believe there's a chance that, given his horrific polling numbers, Democrats would be seeking out a different candidate. The overall lack of enthusiasm from within the Democrat Party for Biden suggests that he could be replaced by the DNC ahead of the election. No matter how much the mainstream media try to pretend that hiding Biden has all his faculties, he's do great work behind the scenes. We just don't see it. We don't see his energy. But it shows behind the scenes and all this other stuff. People really know that Joe Biden is just a puppet. He's not really there. He doesn't have his faculty, and he's not that popular. On top of all of that, when Biden has hundreds of thousands, when Trump has hundreds of thousands of people show up at his rallies, Biden couldn't fill a stadium if he wanted to. And Democrats are aware of this, so that's why they're behind the scenes talking about replacing him. But some believe that even though it would be a risky move, however, yet still the Democrats' best chance of fielding a strong candidate who could give President Donald Trump a run for his money. Nevertheless, the Democrats don't appear to have a suitable replacement, and pulling Biden from the race may no longer be an option for the party. According to a piece written for the Washington Examiner by Jeremiah Poff, the chances of Biden being replaced at this stage in the game, no matter how bad it's become, is highly unlikely. Poff argues that any attempt to switch Biden out at this point pose a logistical nightmare. He argues that, quote, Democrats are stuck with Biden because any method of replacing him are simply too complicated. And they made it this complicated. This is their rules. The Democrats have their own rules and Republicans have their rules. So this is their own rules. They made it difficult this way. Well, Poff pointed to speculation that the June 27th debate will be a testing ground for Biden to see if he can hold his own and not make that many gaffes and mistakes that would cause further concern from within the party. I think he's going to be all jacked up on amphetamines. That's what I believe. Well, if he survives the debate with Trump, which seems unlikely on its own, then Democrats will likely fall behind Biden. As such, Biden will carry forward and run in November. But if he doesn't hold up, and worse, if he has a total breakdown, Poff said some speculate that it gives the DNC enough time to replace him. As Slay News has reported, insiders have been revealing a secret plot to replace Biden following a poor showing at the suspiciously early first debate. However, Poff does not agree with that theory. Poff is making his own case as to why he believes Biden cannot be replaced at this point. He said, quote, there are three reasons why replacing Biden at this juncture is at worst nearly impossible, at best a logistical nightmare, he wrote. The first involves deadlines. The second has to do with personnel. And the third is the lack of obvious replacement. I agree with those points. I mean, I have to agree with those points. He added that the only realistic way Biden can be replaced is if he initiates it on his own. Biden would need to step down and appoint VP Harris as the nominee. I agree. I don't know if he'll do that. I don't know if he will step away on his own. But maybe family members will come to him behind the scenes and say, hey, for the good of the country, Biden, you need to step down. I can see them doing that. I can see them doing that. Popov continued to lay out the various obstacles, including critical deadlines that would make replacing Biden nothing less than a nightmare for the party and probably not worth the effort. He made clear that Democrats will need to play the hand they were dealt at this point in time. He said, quote, no, the answer to all the rampant speculation of replacing Biden is that it is just not nearly feasible at such a late stage in the electoral calendar to put another candidate, he wrote. To put in another candidate, he wrote. The Democrats are stuck with Biden, whether they like it or not. Aside from all other factors, the Democrats would need to have a strong replacement candidate for Biden, which they don't have. I agree. Who are you going to put? Gruesome Newsom up? He's terrible. Look, all they got to do is point to California, or Michelle Obama, someone who has no experience leading anything. I mean, so who do you have? Well, perhaps the only name put forward that would stand a better chance in an election than Biden would be Michelle Obama. Again, she has no experience. However, Obama has repeatedly denied having any ambition to run for president. Other high-profile Democrat names include California Governor Gavin Newsom and Hillary Clinton. And people do not like Hillary, and women specifically who support the Democrats at really, really high rates do not like Hillary Clinton either. However, Newsom has been polling badly in his own struggling state, and Clinton has already proved she can't beat Trump. The good news is that Republicans are very much hoping that Biden will run in November. Biden is by far one of the most unpopular incumbents in modern history. If Biden runs, Trump's chances of being president again look pretty solid. Unless they have, the only way I think they can win this election is by some type of shenanigans, and we have to look out for that. We need to be aware of that. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.